is actually the villain of the show. He isn't just annoying, consistently ignores boundaries, disrupts other people's lives, and rarely faces real consequences for it. Ooh, this gum is spicy today. It's like got my eyes watering. He harasses Squidward daily. Despite clear signals, he wants to be left alone. I'm the Squidward. He invades privacy, shows up uninvited, and forces his personality onto everyone around him. If this were real life, we wouldn't call that wholesome, we'd call it toxic. And then there's Mrs. Puff. She's visibly traumatized by Spongebob. He repeatedly endangers her life, destroys public property, crashes boats constantly. Somehow always avoids permanent consequences. If anyone else caused that level of chaos, they'd be banned from driving forever. Instead, she's stuck in a never-ending cycle of stress because of him. Look, I too have those students. I am also Mrs. Puff. The show frames him as innocent and pure, but a lot of the chaos in Bikini Bottom starts with him. The only reason we see him as a hero is because of the story, is because it's told from his perspective. Okay, I do like this take. I do disagree with it. I still love me some SpongeBob. One time I was trying to figure out why this specific person that I worked with, the whole story's over on Patreon. I couldn't do it. I was losing my mind. And it's because, like, basically the type of person I can't get along with is an extroverted person with very low social skills. Now people think extroverts have great social skills. No, that's not always the case. Inability to read a room or give signals, and you have to be so direct. And anyway, SpongeBob in my head is just a kid, so that's why I still love him, and I let him get away with murder and still love him. Mr. Krabs made me drink unpour itself from the machine and made a guy unwatch a movie in the same scene. Mr. Krabs is also a villain. Nice try, Squidward. He's saying that Squidward wrote this review of SpongeBob. I was a little old for SpongeBob, no such thing, but I always felt bad for Squidward. He's just trying to live his life and works a job he hates, and every day he's being terrorized by an obnoxious neighbor and coworker and his dumb shit friends. You know, have you ever had bad neighbors? If you've had bad neighbors before, you can totally see where Squidward's coming from. That's why I'm kind of glad that Squidward plays an instrument to get back at them. Early birds need to suck it up sometimes and deal with the noise from night owls. If you're lucky enough to be a natural early bird, your circadian rhythm aligns with a standard 9-to-5 workday. You should allow the night owls some grace when they need to do things at night. Okay, what kinds of things? Your circadian rhythm is not a choice. Some people naturally go to bed late and wake up late. The late sleep phase disorder is a neurological condition. Okay, but like, we get it. It causes you to sleep and wake much later than most. Many people don't believe this condition is real or blame the person with the SPD for being lazy. The standard quiet hours in most apartment buildings make it challenging for night owls to get things done. For example, no laundry past 10 p.m. makes it impossible for me to get my laundry done. Impossible. I've been called entitled for not wanting to wake up early and get my laundry done in the morning. I don't care when you get it done. Honestly, just get it done. And there's probably other reasons why it's shut down at 10 p.m. Like nobody wants to check on them or something. I don't know. My circadian rhythm just won't allow it. To put it in perspective, imagine me asking you to get up at 3 a.m. and do your laundry. This guy is kind of insufferable. This guy or gal. If you're a morning person and the noise from the adjacent night owls is bothering you, you should invest in a pair of earplugs. Early birds seem to think that everyone should align with their schedule, but that simply doesn't work for everyone. My husband works a different shift than me. My son works a different shift than me. Like, I'm used to people doing stuff throughout my sleep, and sometimes it's awful. They tend to sleep hard when I'm usually at work, but on the weekend houses. My neighbors can do whatever they want if they want. It's not like I'll hear them. My boyfriend is a night owl. He's considerate at night, and I'm quiet in the morning. It's just not that hard to be an asshole, right? We're grown-ups, so like I'm not gonna do anything on purpose that's noisy. I'm not gonna vacuum the bedroom while my husband's asleep, but I am gonna vacuum downstairs, get the laundry done because I'm doing house stuff that needs to be done. Period. Apartments should invest in better soundproofing. Will they ever? Probably not. I wish apartments were soundproofed. In the 7 years I lived in that building, I had rotating roster downstairs of neighbors, but I had a neighbor who worked night shift and would, without fail, would have loud, enthusiastic, you know what, with their partner every goddamn night at 3 a.m. You could set a watch by them. It got to a point I didn't even try to sleep before 3 until the loud thumping was done. A neighbor whose boyfriend beat the ever out of her, causing me to call the police out of concern. She just made excuses for him and they never showed up to court. They got evicted because he wasn't on the lease when he yelled at her. A lesbian who was nice until she broke up with her girlfriend and played loud, whiny chick rock for effing hours. Oh god, I wanted to bury her in the woods behind our complex. Okay, that's out there. Now I currently live in a 55 up community, even though I'm still 11 years from being 55. How did you do that? How did you get in? Tell me more. I can't. I have a kid, so I'm stuck in the regular communities for quite some time. I had a late in life kid. These people will raise a stink if you do anything before 8 a.m. or after 8 p.m. 8:30 a.m. is reasonable, but maybe hold off on the leaf blower at 5:30 a.m. Yeah, leaf blowing is terrible. That is such a noise pollution. Okay, Norway isn't that good at winter sports. They're just cross-country skiing medal merchants. Norway has 18 golds and 41 total medals this Winter Olympics. If you were to take away the events that either are cross-country skiing or feature cross-country skiing, they'd have 5 gold medals and 13 total medals. Still impressive for a country their size, but not deserving of the heavy glaze they've been getting. I have not watched the Olympics. 1,000% of Netherlands medals are in speed skating. 75% of Germany's are in bobsled, luge, what is that? And skeleton. I don't even know what these things are. Each country has a specialty, right? 100% of Slovenia's medals are of ski jumping. Even worse, all of them are won by members of one family. And all world records in ski jumping, male and female, are held by the members of that same family. Okay, that's creeping me out. That's creeping me out. Okay. Oh, hard disagree. Hot chocolate powder mixed with water is superior to milk. Do you make your hot chocolate with milk or water? I'm a milk girl. I use almond milk. I will never make it with water. Sometimes when I'm out and about and I order one from like wherever, they might use water in like a cheap place. You know, you go to an event and they're like, oh, we have hot chocolate. Like, it's probably water, right? regular milk does it. I think this person meant that it made them sick from the taste, not sick to the stomach. I don't know. Did it taste like regular milk? Because it should taste like regular milk, just slightly sweeter. That's basically what it is, sweeter. I don't really know why it's sweeter. Oh, I'm gonna disagree on this one too. Chicken thigh meat just isn't good. Maybe your cooking just isn't good. You ever think of that? I keep seeing cooking shows and YouTube videos talking about how great chicken thigh meat is, and honestly, no, it's worse than back meat. Back meat. Just spend the extra money and get chicken breast. Chicken breast is actually dry. I'll eat a chicken breast, but it's like a totally different food group to me. Back meat. Can you go to the place and be like, where's the back meat? I want the back meat. I knew somebody that liked the neck meat on the turkey, and I thought that was a joke. I'm like, ha ha ha. And then they like were reaching and grabbing neck meat, and I was like, oh. oh, my bad. Please make this opinion popular again so that thighs can go back to being cheap. Oh my god, yes, the thigh prices have went up. And I cook thighs at least once a week. I cook chicken thighs. I either broil them or I cook them on the stove top. I love thighs. Barbecue leg quarters are awesome. One of my favorite foods, jerk chicken quarters with coconut rice and some grilled pineapple chunks. Send me to heaven. There's unpopular opinions, and then there's bait. OB has clearly never had enough good thigh before. The sad part is you have to actively sabotage thighs to mess them up. They're essentially foolproof. Sadly, fools are genuinely crafty. I never thought I liked them until I learned how to properly debone skin on thighs. They're now one of my favorite. I've never deboned a thigh. I think that would kind of gross me out, to be honest, so maybe I'll just stick with buying the boneless. A marinade, people do this with pineapple, chili, garlic, soy sauce, and some brown sugar. The bromelade and the pineapple tenderizes the meat and makes it even better. That sounds good. I'm not huge on pineapple. I actually don't like pineapple, but like a little pineapple flavor on meat is okay to me. Okay. Hollywood isn't out of ideas. They've been trained by society's movie-going habits. They're not the problem. We are. Every so often, I see a whiny post about how all Hollywood does is green light remakes, revamps, and superhero movies. How there are so many good writers and creators being held back by fat cats who only chase profit. Then an original concept drops and no one supports it. We blame Hollywood for repetitive content, but when it's everyone around us paying for that repetitive content, if you sold lemonade at a massive profit, then tried to sell basil strawberry smoothies and no one came to buy them, what would you do? Sell the smoothie for the art of it? Shit, no, you go back to the lemonade immediately. We blame the wrong people. Okay, I don't really care who's to blame. I'm just mad about the whole thing. Okay, there's more to it than that. Hollywood used to be able to make bigger swings because if a movie didn't do well in a theater, you could still turn a tiny profit in rentals. Fight Club is the first example that comes to mind. Not a huge hit in theaters, but it did great in video rentals. With the demise of blockbuster video stores and the rise of streaming studios, one chance to make money is in box office and merchandising, which is why you see a ton of known properties pop up again and again. Hollywood has necessarily, to a certain extent, become more risk averse. I just can't even believe people are going to see, the 10th edition of. I'm like, what? This thing burned out a long time ago, but they do. So, to be clear, it sucks and I hate it, but it's not just because we're all a bunch of rubes and yokels. Matt Damon talked about the decrease in rom-coms and dramas from the 90s and 00s, and said the rental market was where the movies made a profit, but they aren't made as much now because they're a bigger gamble if they make a profit, not rentals, DVD sales. I don't even want to hear anything from Matt Damon after that stupid The Rip. doesn't work anymore. The population is getting so big that with everybody being off on the weekends, no one can really do anything. The waits for everything are so long and no one has time to do them. Having to wait till Monday to get emails answered and things fixed doesn't work. Having everybody work Monday through Friday causes huge amounts of traffic. But then all these people that work Monday through Friday still expect other people to work on the weekends so they can be served. It's ridiculous. I don't think anything has changed. They would be hiring different employees to work weekends, not have the same people work 7 days a week. Yep, they would stagger the work week. And then the consumer pays the price for everyone having to hire an entire second set of employees. Those massively expanded payrolls will be paid for by huge markups on everything. I was offered a job at a company that works 7 days a week manufacturing. They work Monday through Thursday 10 hours a day, and a second crew works Friday through Saturday 10 hours a day but gets paid for full time because they work on the weekend. It seemed like a cool system. Okay, so just the company is open like that, not the cost was only slightly higher because you're paying for 8 production days to get 7, but there's no overtime, so you benefit from that as an employer. Yeah, that's a different crew. It's not the same people working 7 days a week. That depends. The business would potentially be saving money by not having to staff as many people during the week. They would also potentially have more clientele than before, meaning the new clients are the ones footing the bill. I don't know, guys. I don't mind waiting a couple days for an email response. And I get the traffic aspect because traffic can be a major pain. That's why work from home, like who can work from home, should probably be home, right? That would cut back on that. And people do want to work from home. And we found out during the pandemic that they can work from home. So that would cut down on that. I say we do one more because I did wake up just a little bit early today, so I have a little bit. I got time. I got a little bit of time. Voluntourism is wrong and shouldn't be continued. Okay, let's hear. Voluntourism often comes from a place of good intentions, but good intentions don't automatically make something right. Too often it centers the feelings and experiences of the volunteer rather than the real long-term needs of the community. A short-term trip where untrained visitors drop into classrooms or orphanages for a few weeks can totally disrupt stability for children who need consistency, trust, and qualified educators. When the primary goal becomes giving Western travelers a meaningful experience, the people supposedly being helped can become props in someone else's personal growth story. Totally agree. I didn't know that's exactly what voluntourism was. Like, I thought you could, like, go help out on a farm and get actual tasked, like, things that are being done every day. Like, here, go feed these. Go put this over there. I don't know. There's also something uncomfortable about the assumption that simply being from the West makes someone qualified to teach children in Africa or Asian communities. Education is a profession that requires training, cultural understanding, and accountability. Many of the volunteers who step into these roles would never be allowed to teach in their own countries without credentials. It sends a subtle but damaging message that the education of less fortunate children doesn't require the same standards we expect at home. In reality, if anything, children who face systemic barriers deserve the most skilled, consistent, and well-supported teachers available. If the goal is justice and genuine support, the focus should shift from what makes volunteers feel helpful to what actually strengthens communities. Often that means humility, recognizing that we are not the heroes of someone else's story. Agree. And that sustainable change comes from empowering local leaders, not replacing them. First comment, you won't be able to stop voluntourism because other people are voluntourists, but I'm really making a difference here. As in, there's always going to be people that feel other than, like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about, but that's not me. You're not going to stop voluntourism because when college admissions offices see them, they don't see I exploited third world country kids for fun when they read about it. Man, seeing those Instagram